Ever met someone so shy, you wondered if they'd faint from eye contact? Well, buckle up, because this shy guy had more secrets than a spy novel, and I walked right into the trap, blindfolded. Tobi was the human equivalent of a startled chameleon, blending into walls, mumbling to his shoes, and turning tomato red if a girl so much as breathed in his direction. The first time we spoke, he dropped his notebook 3 times in a row, and when I picked it up, he whispered thanks like it was a national security secret. Our classmates called him the ghost because he moved through campus like a silent specter, until one day, I caught him laughing with the guys, loud and confident. The second he saw me? Poof. Back to bashful Tobi, stuttering over his words like a broken GPS. Suspicious, I decided to test his shyness. I accidentally brushed his hand, he gasped like I'd set him on fire. I complimented his shirt, he hid behind his backpack. It was Oscar-worthy, until I asked him out. Instead of the expected nervous breakdown, he leaned in, smirked, and said, "I thought you'd never ask." Cue record scratch. Wait, since when did shy Tobi have the grin of a villain in a rom-com? Turns out, his awkward turtle act was a well-rehearsed performance, and I'd just bought a front-row ticket. Performing arts broken heart. I planned our first date at a quiet cafe, expecting Tobi to spend the evening staring at his shoes like they held the secrets of the universe. Instead, he showed up looking unfairly handsome, hair perfectly tousled, cologne subtle but intoxicating. Wait, since when did shy Tobi have game? For the first 20 minutes, he played his role flawlessly, nervous laughter, fumbling with his coffee cup, answering questions in one-word whispers. I was ready to write him off as hopeless, until our hands accidentally touched. Electricity shot up my arm as his fingers lingered just a second too long. His shy smile morphed into something dangerously confident. "You're blushing," he murmured, voice suddenly deeper. Before I could process this Jekyll and Hyde switch, he leaned in close. "Tell me, do I still seem shy to you?" The cafe noise faded as his lips brushed mine in a kiss so skilled, my brain short-circuited. When we pulled apart, his eyes sparkled with mischief. Oh no. This wasn't a date with shy Tobi. This was an audition for smooth criminal Tobi, and I was already failing spectacularly. The moment my apartment door clicked shut, Tobi's entire personality flipped like a switched-off light. 1 second he was nervously twisting his fingers, the next he had me pinned against the wall with the confidence of a man who'd done this a concerning number of times. "So," he purred, fingers tracing my jawline, "you really fell for the whole shy guy thing, huh?" His smirk was equal parts sexy and terrifying. Before I could protest, his lips were on mine, hot, demanding, and way too experienced for someone who supposedly couldn't make eye contact last week. I pulled back, breathless. "Who are you?" He laughed, a rich, unapologetic sound, as he casually unbuttoned his shirt. "A guy who knows what he wants." Turns out, Tobi had a playbook. Play helpless around girls. Let them make the first move. Reveal his secret identity as a romance novel hero. As his hand slid under my sweater, one thought burned brighter than my embarrassment. I'd been scammed. And worst of all? I wasn't even mad about it. Smiling face with horns fire. The plot thickens. Cue dramatic music. It started with a DM from at Lovesick Lexi, "Girl, you're dating Tobi?" Grimacing face attached was a screenshot of him shirtless in her bed, sent last week. My stomach dropped. Then came at Tina's truth bomb at the coffee shop. He told me I was his first kiss. She flashed a photo of them kissing, dated 2 days before our first date. The final nail? Running into his just a friend at the mall, who called him baby and kissed his cheek like they had shared toothpaste that morning. I confronted Tobi, who switched between panic and charm like a sociopathic traffic light. "Babe, they're lying." Sweating, "Unless you're into polyamory?" Wink. That's when I noticed his phone buzzing with 17 unread "Good morning, handsome" texts. The shy boy was a serial dater, and I was just his latest audience. As I dumped iced coffee on his crotch, whoops, one thought burned. Never trust a man who blushes on command. Triangular flag clown face. Plot twist loading. The doorbell rang at 2 a.m. I stumbled to answer it, expecting pizza. Instead, a very pregnant woman stood there clutching an ultrasound like a subpoena. "Is Toby here?" she sniffled. "He's the father." Behind me, Toby made a sound like a deflating balloon. My brain short-circuited. This had to be a prank. But then... Ding dong. Another girl. Also pregnant. Ding dong. Another. Within an hour, my living room looked like a maternity ward convention. 18 women, 18, all carrying Toby's shy babies. The man himself had transformed into a human white flag, whispering it's not what it looks like, as if vaginas just tripped onto him repeatedly. Turns out his shyness was just a time-saving tactic. Why chase girls when they flock to fix you? I grabbed a wine bottle, for courage, not violence, yet, as the truth hit me. Toby wasn't just not shy, he was a fertility god with the moral compass of a rabbit. As the moms exchanged horrified glances, one muttered what we all were thinking. "We've been hustled by a human Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all." Mic drop. Microphone collision. By sunrise, #TobyTots was trending globally. Memes exploded. A photoshopped Toby as a fertility clinic logo. A 18 under 6 parody of 21 Jump Street. A shocked Maury Povich holding 18 positive DNA tests. News vans camped outside my apartment. Dr. Phil's producers called. Somehow, I became the sympathetic victim in this circus despite dumping him weeks ago. Toby's desperate apology tour backfired spectacularly. His tearful Instagram live, "I used love as a crutch," got interrupted when 3 baby mamas commented with identical baby bottle emojis. The university expelled him after realizing his shy nerd persona was just to access study groups, aka his dating pool. A condom brand offered him a sponsorship with the tagline, "Don't be a Toby." The final humiliation? All 18 moms created a co-parenting spreadsheet titled Operation Raise These Kids Better Than Their Sperm Donor with color-coded custody days. As I watched the chaos from my new, Toby-free apartment, I realized. Some men want commitment. Some want freedom. Toby? He wanted a whole damn generation. #Father of the Year #not face with tears of joy baby symbol. The dust settled with Toby legally declared a public nuisance by the city council. Meanwhile, I became the unexpected heroine of this mess, getting interview requests from Oprah's producers and a free lifetime supply of birth control from a pharmaceutical company, sponsoring smart choices. The Toby's tribe moms unionized brilliantly. Bulk bought diapers at wholesale prices. Created a shared Google Calendar tracking his court-ordered child support payments. Hired a TikTok lawyer who got them a group settlement featuring Toby's vintage sneaker collection. I spent weeks detoxing from the chaos, burning the sweater he'd left at my place, accidentally setting off the fire alarm, then taking a solo trip to Bali where I learned 2 important truths. Trust should be earned, not given to men who fake shyness like it's an Olympic sport. Real love doesn't come with a spreadsheet of other partners. Back home, I ran into Toby at the grocery store, haggard, pushing a cart full of formula. We made eye contact. He opened his mouth. I held up a hand, "Don't. Just, don't. Growth looks good on me." Seedling sparkles. 1 year later, my life had transformed in ways I never expected. The Toby trauma became a distant memory, one I could finally laugh about over cocktails with friends. Meanwhile, Toby's chaotic legacy lived on in the form of 18 first birthday parties he was legally required to attend, and somehow managed to mix up, showing up to Liam's party with a lilac cake. I channeled my experience into something positive, launching a viral blog called Dating Red Flags and How to Spot Them, which, ironically, got optioned for a Netflix series. The best part? Toby's shy guy scam became the pilot episode. As for love? I took things slow. Then, at a bookstore cafe, I met Daniel, a genuinely kind, slightly awkward writer who didn't play games. Our first date lasted 6 hours because we lost track of time talking. No gimmicks. No lies. Just two people connecting. One evening, as we walked past a playground, we spotted Tobi. Exhausted, juggling two screaming toddlers while three others ran in opposite directions. Daniel squeezed my hand. You okay? I smiled. Better than okay. Because sometimes, karma delivers the perfect ending. And sometimes, the happy ending is simply walking away and finding yourself. Sparkling heart sparkles.